Where are you going? It's Christmas. You know how they say Christmas in July, but we're still in May. I had to think about what month we were in. Christmas in May. Look at the Christmas jammies. Ali Bali, say hi. He tried. So remember when I said my boys like to walk around shirtless? I told Jude, I said, Jude, if you want to be on the video, if you want to be in the vlog, you got to have a shirt on. And this was his solution. What are you doing, Jude?
Covering my chest.
Just put a shirt on. It's okay. Oh, you think you can walk, but you cannot scale the wall, booties. Oh, okay. Let's adjust this. Oh, I see you got a shirt on, sir. What's on your shirt?
Superheroes.
Avengers.
I got.
You okay? Oh no! Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, you can't do that, baby. Say hi.
Hi.
Look, people want to see you all grown up. They want to see you all grown up. What are you doing? You're just going to pull my hair. You're going to pull my hair. Say it's almost summertime, booties. It's almost summertime, booties.
One eternity later.
Okay. So as you guys know, you got to get it in when you can get it in. So yes, I had work today, and then I'm sitting outside Planet Fitness. My son wanted to go and work out. So why would I say no to that? They have, Planet Fitness has this thing where you take the kids to the gym, high schoolers. So from the ages of 14 to 18, take them in and they can go anytime, you know, from open to close. And it's free. Free. So my son wants to work out every day. And I'm not going to say no. I mean, I'd rather him working out than watching TV. So then while I'm waiting outside, I've been talking on the phone for a while. So he said he's going to be coming out here soon. He's waiting for his friend's mom to come out and pick his friend up. So, I mean, that's a good friend. When you're waiting for your friend because you don't want to leave your friend alone. I love that. I love that he does that. And so he wants to wait for his friend's mom and don't want to leave him. So he's still in there. But I was like, hey, now is a perfect time. I was talking to my oldest daughter on the phone. I wanted to talk to you guys about pay. K12 Stride pay. Now, I get this question a lot. How is the pay? How much do they pay? It really depends. Now, is it very competitive? No, it's not. I'm not going to say it's competitive. As far as the certified teacher position goes. Now, the other positions, like, you know, you can get positions for all types of stuff, like IT. You could be, I mean, there's so many positions. You really have to look. But if you want to be a certified teacher, like a general education teacher, special ed gets more. So if you're a special education teacher, you do get more pay than the general education teacher. However, whatever state you live in, the way that Stride K12 works, since they don't just deal with this one district, it's like Stride K12 in its own is its own district because they deal with children from all over the state. So they deal with children from the tiny little cities to the big booming cities. They deal with the students from everywhere in that state. And some states they might have more than one school depending on the size of your state. So they might divide the state in half and be like, these students would enroll in this one and these students will enroll in this one. Like that, okay? So with that being said, you guys know like the big cities have bigger salaries for their teachers and the tiny little towns have tinier salaries for their teachers. So it really depends on where you live, but with the pay, they generally go to the Excuse me. Sorry, I was drinking a Diet Coke. They generally go to the the state minimum. So I make about $1,500 more than the state minimum. See, and I have 8.5, about 9 years experience teaching with a master's degree. And the way that they kind of balance it out, they're like, well, yeah, we're paying you not the same that, like from a small city, that's what the teachers are probably making on average at those little tiny cities. I live in a big city. So in my big city that I live in the district that I live in, with my master's degree and my experience, I could be making about $60K. But that's in the in-person brick and mortar in my district. Now, other districts, they don't necessarily pay that much. They pay probably closer to the state minimum. So for that, and you're going to have teachers that work at that school, your virtual school, from all over your state. So they're not going to be like, well, since you work in this district, you're going to get this, because you're going to have students from all the districts. You're going to have students from everywhere in your state, because it's all virtual, right? And you're not going to their house. They're all just logging in virtually. I hope I'm making sense. So the way they see it, they don't just pick and choose, well, because you live in this district, you're going to match that district's pay. We're going to match this district's pay. They just do, you know what? We'll pay like this much over the state minimum for your, whatever your level is. They're going to give you the minimum of that level for your state and maybe this much more over that. Okay. So that's how the pay is. So for example, the state minimum in Oklahoma, you guys know Oklahoma does not pay teachers a lot. In my district, yes, they're offering all these bonuses. Now, let me rewind for a moment. When I was teaching in the brick and mortar, I've been out of the brick and mortar since 2017. When I was teaching back in 2017, I was making a little bit over $36,000 a year. And I had a master's degree then, okay? I was making a little bit over $36,000 a year as my salary. That was 2017. I've been out of the brick and mortar since then. I've been teaching virtually. Those of you that have been following me, I've taught VIP Kid, Dada, We Talk 360, Cambly, Palfish. I'm still with Cambly. I'm still with Outschool. I think I still have an account with Palfish. I've never deactivated my account. So, but yeah, I've done all of that, right? And then I decided to, you know what? I want some benefits. I want PTO. I want paid time off. And that's when I sought out, actually it was a friend that was like, you would be perfect for K12. Have you heard of them? And I was like, I've heard of them, but I don't know. And so I applied, and here I am today. Now, I've been virtual since 2017. So the last I was in the brick and mortar, it was 36,000, a little bit over 36. We can round it 37. So for me to come back into teaching, and I'm making now about roughly 44. I'm just going to be transparent. I'm making about 44,000 in Oklahoma. Other states, you might be making more. Like if you were in New York, you'd make more. If you were in California, you'd make more, because the state minimum United States doesn't pay teachers well, period. But the state minimum would kind of better coincide with the salary. So now that salaries are increasing, and they've increased minimum wage in a lot of places, I wonder what that looks like. So Oklahoma, they haven't increased minimum wage yet. To the $15. Have you guys heard of that? The $15 per hour minimum wage. They increased minimum wage to $15 per hour in California and a handful of other states, but not in Oklahoma. So I'm curious as to what that looks like. So being transparent with you guys, I'm making about 44K right now. And the way that they justify me not making 60 is I'm at home. So they be like, well, you're at home, you don't have to deal with this and that. So they kind of tell you, well, compare what you're leaving behind in the brick and mortar and what you have here, and kind of compare and see if you can justify that. Now, they don't try to like force the salary down your throat. They kind of tell you that and be like, so do you accept the offer? And it's up to you whether or not. Oh, I thought that was my son. I've seen people come and leave quicker than my son has been here. I've been sitting in this car for about an hour and 45 minutes. And most people have been working out for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and they're back out. My son's a trooper. Like, you've been up in here working out for 2 hours. When I used to go to the gym, I didn't even do that. So, yeah, so take that in consideration. Like, I don't get any type of affiliation money or referral money. So I'm not trying to talk you into one way or the other. But I took that in consideration. For me personally, I was like, daycare costs, driving in the weather, gas, car maintenance, and, just to and fro, dealing with kids in person, violence. Because I'm in a big city, a lot of big city schools, there's a lot of violence. What else was one of the reasons why I was like, I'll take it. You do get benefits. You get benefits just like you would in brick and mortar. Oh yeah, getting sick. When, like, oh, the stomach bug's going around. Oh, the flu's going around. I'm at home. I'm not catching what's going around. I'm at home. Don't give me your cyber germs. So for me, I was like, done. I'll take it. So if you're curious, then I'm going to do another video that kind of talks specifically what happens after you submit your application. I'm going to do another video on that. And in the interview process, they'll tell you how much you make, because online, when you apply, they don't tell you what the salary is, unless if it's like an IT type position. But if you're a certified teacher, they don't tell you what the salary is, because it changes. For example, it goes up. It doesn't go, I haven't seen it go down, but it does change. It goes up. So I'm expecting a salary increase for this next school year, and I can't wait for how much. So yeah, I'm making 1,000 more than I was making last school year. So I'm expecting even more than that for an increase with everything that's been going on. So we'll see. But yeah, I just really wanted to just touch on that with the pay, and you guys use your own discretion as to, is it doable for you? Some people, you know how I said daycare costs. I have the young children. Oh, he made it. Look, you guys.
Oh,
Tell me, how was the gym?
it was really fun. Very hard.
It was hard?
Yeah, it was.
I'm doing a video on pay for K12. Look at your eyes.
I know.
You were sweating in your eyes?
Yeah.
Did you stay hydrated?
Yep.
Okay. We're about to get ready to go. But I'm going to leave you guys with this. You know how I said I save on childcare costs and all that good stuff? Well, some people, because I know teachers that I work with, they still get childcare because their kids. I just do a really good job of training my kids. I'm not saying anything against people that just feel that they need childcare still working from home, or that they need a nanny or a babysitter. I'm nothing against those people. I do what I have to do. What I have to do is because I have to do. I don't have a choice. I don't have much of a choice. So I do what I do out of semi-desperation. So I'm like training my kids like, oh, this is what we're going to do. And it's like all hands on deck. This is what's expected in the house. But if you have the luxury to where you can get a babysitter or a nanny, or, while you work at home, then there are people that still, they have the young children and they do pay for a babysitter to come and keep the kids occupied in another part of the house while they're working for certain parts of the day. I just don't have to do that. And so I have like a certain schedule to where it works for me. But think about that. If your children are at the age that they are at home and they're not like all off at school, or you're virtually teaching your students like I am, your kids like I am, then how does that look for you? Do you still feel like you need childcare? Can you afford that? So weigh those things when you're considering. Generally, the company's going to pay me the state around a little bit over, but around that state minimum. That's what you can expect. That state minimum is going to be closer to what your offer is as a general education teacher. Special education teachers make a lot more. So from what I've heard, they make at least for special education a good like 15,000 more on top of that. They do a lot more work with those case files and the meetings. They deal with a smaller group of children, but if you're in this field of special education, you already know what I'm talking about. So they do take that into consideration with your offer as well. Are you special education or are you general education? And they offer accordingly. So if you guys have any other questions, then let me know. Maybe there's something that I didn't say clearly or something I left out. Hit me up in the comments below. I'm going to do a video on what to expect after you fill out the application and submit that. And I have some more Cambly videos coming up and out school because it is now about to be summer. Time for this teacher mom. And I'm going to tell you guys what we've been up to and still hit you guys up with the vlogs. Some more vlogs. So I hope you enjoyed this little mini vlog right before this little explanation of pay. And as always, we're about to get this car started. You ready?
Yep.
Oh no. My little card holder always opens up. TTFN.